in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV.
Talk 1470 WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
CPA for the People provides CPA services and business consulting for innovative creators. Collaborative, personal, affordable. We specialize in tax consulting, business consulting, financial statement compilation, and personal finance. For more information, please go to www.cpaforthepeople.com or call at area code 630-244-7893. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to We Are the People with Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, who ask you to know what's happening with your student loan. Tracy and Jorge keep a deep look at student loans in this country and the industries that surround it. Every week, We Are the People will bring you new insight into the corporate welfare industry, such as bailouts, and they connect with student loans. The show will highlight on your constitutional rights and how the current system is built to infringe upon them. Join the conversation by visiting our website chat room at wearethepeople.tv. Or call the show at 888-565-1470 and let us hear from you. And now, let's tune in to Tracy and Jorge for this week's discussion.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Tracy Marks, and you have joined wearethepeople.tv. You can also find us on 1470 WNN on the AM dial on your radio. Thank you for joining us. And if you were here last week, I had said we were going to speak about the 9 billionaires getting ready to take over the school system in New York. However, before we get to that, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Corinthian 15. If you were here last week, you know who that is. It's 15 students who refused to repay their federal student loan debt. Now, they were part of the Corinthian College. They were in the Everest branch at the Corinthian College schools. Now, it's been a month since the 14 former students have decided that they weren't going to pay their debt. The failing for-profit giant Corinthian College went under, basically, and the kids are saying, no, we're not going to pay. Well, it's not just kids. They're adults and of varying ages. 15 of them have come together. They started an alliance, and they're working with Strike Debt. The Debt Collective, I believe, is what they're calling themselves, which is part of them. And what they are doing is they're just absolutely refusing to pay their government loans. Now, the thing is, these colleges have been found to be a scam, okay? They're out of business, and they sold off, the Department of Education helped the company, Corinthian, sell off, it was either 74 or 84 of their colleges. Now, what they did is they had $480 million, which went towards forgiving the private student loan debt, which, of course, you know, in my opinion, is the worst because there are no protections at all. So thank God for that. However, what I find odd is that Okay, they're known scammers. This has already been determined. They've forgiven via raising the money by selling these companies. The private debt, they know that these people have been scammed. The schools are all shut down and shutting down. I think their stocks are worth about 2 cents, if that. But yet, the Department of Education and our government is refusing to forgive this debt. Okay, the school system broke the law repeatedly and often, and it's documented, and there has been plenty of court cases, plenty of lawyers. It's not a secret. It is not pretend. It is a fact. Okay, they broke the law. They ripped these people off. And now, the government still wants their money. Okay, I don't get it. So the debt strike, they've picked up 85 more disgruntled borrowers willing to jeopardize their financial future to pressure the government into forgiving their student loans. Now, when I talk about this with people all the time, the main thing I hear is, claiming bankruptcy is not right. And if you took out a loan, it's your responsibility to pay it. And nobody's denying that. And that is not what this is about. This is not about people that are just being lazy, that don't want to pay their loans. This is about people that were lied to and ripped off, that are refusing to pay their loans because the government is refusing to help them. Okay, the Department of Education hasn't done their job for years. And if anything, they helped out the company more than the students. Granted, the private loans were forgiven, but actually, I don't even know to what extent that's actually been done. So that's all in question, too. So now the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has invited the group to Washington on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, to discuss their demand for debt cancellation. Now, they can't do anything about this. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau doesn't have the power to grant the request, but what it does say to the strikers is that they're being taken seriously. So now this whole debt collective thing that they've got going on, they have an attorney working with the collective, and it's helping the strikers file what is known as a defense to repayment claim, which is an appeal to the Education Department to discharge the federal loans on the grounds that the for-profit schools broke the law. Now, organizers posted the claim form on their website last week and had received 220 applications from Corinthian students. Okay, 220 applications. All right, so this is Lou Karen. He's a debt collective organizer. Now, the department has broad authority to cancel federal student loans when colleges violate student rights and state law. There's even a clause in the federal student loan agreement that says, in some cases, you may assert as a defense against collection of your loans that the school did something wrong or failed to do something that it should have done. That is a good point for everyone to remember. And also remember the debt collective, they started out with medical debt, strike debt, okay, paying off medical debt for people. They buy it up and then forgive it for pennies on the dollar. So that is their way of reaching out and helping. Now, also what they're doing is they have to go through a financial education type of course when they do this, because basically, they're giving up any income tax they may have, any tax returns, disability, retirement. These are government loans, not private. Now, private, they're the worst because you have no recourse with them and they can just keep coming after you forever until you finally live out your statute of limitations. But with government loans, they have the ability to take everything. So, my hats are off to these people that are doing this because they're making a stand for us all. Most of us aren't in a position, when we've got kids that have to be fed and that kind of thing. Maybe some of these people do. I haven't even actually got to read all their stories because, I just don't have internet right now. I can't. Yeah, my credit, I defaulted on my government loans. So, I'm paying for that in a lot of ways, and these people are going to pay for what they're doing too. And, the thing is that by granting this, they say millions of dollars in taxpayer money can set a precedent for future requests on loan forgiveness. And honestly, to think that we just want to forgive this money, that's ridiculous, because that's not going to work. That's not what people are talking about. There's a lot more to the story. There's a lot of good data out there. There's a lot of good things that you could do. It's just, how do you get anything on the floor? How do you get anything on the floor when Wall Street is paying everyone? Okay, and that goes back to what we're going to talk about with these billionaires in the private school. But average student loan debt, as back in November of 2014, was approaching 30 grand. Okay, that's average. Some of them are graduating much higher. Average debt amounts range from $2,500 to $71,000, depending on what your degree is. But it's not even the loans that are the problem, it's the compound interest. Okay, you can never get out from under it. I have a $40,000 loan I've paid over $35,000 on, and they want 50 grand, almost 50 grand. I don't mind people making a profit, but that's highway robbery. And if anybody should be out of the woods here, it should be me. So 20% of all graduating senior debt came from private student loans. Okay, the 20 high-debt public colleges had average debt levels ranging from $33,950 to $48,850, while the 20 high-debt nonprofit colleges ranged from $41,750 to $71,350. And of the 20 low-debt colleges listed, 9 were public and 11 were nonprofit schools, with reported debt levels ranging between $2,200 and $11,200. Okay, and the worst part of this is, we've got this data, we're sitting here and we're quoting all of this, but it turns out that many colleges don't even report their debt figures. This is on a voluntary basis. They're not required to report any of this. Okay, that's something I just found out, and to me, that's something that really needs to be taken care of. In all, just 57% of the nearly 2,000 public and nonprofit four-year colleges that awarded bachelor degree in 2013, only 57% of those colleges awarded or gave their information, their debt information. So we're trying to collect debt information, without the proper data. So there's something that needs to be done about that, because I'm telling you, I know a lot of these people, there are people that are paying 23 and 28% interest because of their income and credit score, not realizing what kind of trouble they were going to be in, because all the while these schools are telling them, oh, you're going to do great. We're going to place you in a job. You're going to start out at 45 grand a year. None of the things that they have told have been true. So people in debt, people that are searching for help, they're a unique class of consumers. Okay, and whether you know it or not, these people, us, me, they form a pool of disadvantaged that are prime for scammers. They're just primed for scammers because they're looking for a way out. And even when you think something's not quite right, you're willing to take the chance because anything's better than what you're going through. At least that's where my mind goes, and where many of those that I talk to have as well. Okay, so what I want to do right quick is I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back to talk about those billionaires in Wall Street.
Youthful Savings creates and delivers innovative financial education products through a virtuous approach in order to disrupt the cycle of poverty. We provide affordable college planning solutions through our Financial Freedom web application and program, youth financial education and entrepreneurship training through our My Own Business Challenge curriculum and program, and group youth programs that teach entrepreneurship and financial education. 10 cents of every dollar earned is reinvested into the community saved through the Youth College Scholarships. For more information, please go to www.youthfulsavings.com. email at info@youthfulsavings.com, or call 646-504-7164. CPA for the People provides CPA services and business consulting for innovative creators. Collaborative, personal, affordable. We specialize in tax consulting, business consulting, financial statement compilation, and personal finance. For more information, please go to www.cpaforthepeople.com or call at area code 630-244-7893. You're listening to We Are the People with social justice advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, exposing the faults in our current day society with industries that directly influence student loans. Join the conversation by calling into the studio at 888-565-1470 or join the chat room at wearethepeople.tv. Again, to call in, the number is 888-565-1470 and let us hear your voice. Now, back to our show.
Hey, and welcome back. So today I came across an article and it said Wall Street welcomes expected Chuck Schumer promotion. Okay, now who is Chuck, you might ask? He's a veteran Democrat senator from New York, and he's widely expected to take the Senate minority position once Reid retires in 2016. So, of course, Reid endorsed this guy. It's a real boon for the financial and business communities because he's a native New Yorker and he's worked with them closely and they have enjoyed his support for decades. So New York's got a lot of things going on. Now, this article, you can read it. It was posted in the Gantt Daily. It's posted by CNN in election. So if you like, definitely go check out that article. It's a good read. It also goes into all the different, things he's done and been, and I would suggest reading that. Now, these billionaires. The thing about these billionaires is it's all about the profit. Okay, 9 billionaires are about to remake New York's public school. Okay, hedge fund manager Whitney Tilson stands at a Harvard Club podium in Midtown Manhattan facing a room full of investors eating eggs and bacon, eager to learn more about charter schools. Okay, I actually have had my son in 2 charter schools. I mentioned that last week. One of them was just horrendous, and the other, Coral Springs Charter, is amazing. Okay. However, the thing is that these schools are all being privatized now. Okay, these 9 billionaires, okay, they have set up gigantic, God, what would you call them? PACs, super PACs. They all know each other. I wish I could show you this chart. Campaign for the fiscal election. I can't find. Okay, I can't. Anyway, the point is that these investors all have these different for-profits and non-profits going on. They're shuffling the money back and forth. You can find the article. It's by George Joseph. It was posted on March 19th. All right, and that's on The Nation. Please, I'm asking you to go and find this article. The reason is the chart shows so much of where the money comes from and where it's going and the different agencies that it's going to, the different alliances, Alliance for Quality Education, how they're using these different companies, these nonprofits, and they're funneling money into these charter schools. Okay, now, charter schools are great if you've got a great person running them. The problem is that they are not regulated. The problem is that what they're doing here, first of all, they're crushing the teachers union. What this proposal does is now they're investments. These schools are investments, just like with the for-profit college model. JP Morgan and all the different companies, while everybody was the darling of Wall Street, they were making a bang-up bit of money, packaging these different investments with these different schools. And now they're going to do it with the charter schools. They're already doing it. They're doing it all over the country without the permission of the school boards. They're overriding the school boards. They're putting money into these charter schools. And basically, they're killing the public schools. Okay? They're killing the public schools so all the buddies and their friends can make money off the charter schools. Your kids' education is not going to be a priority when you have investors to take care of. Okay, that's what's wrong with the for-profit college model. Okay, it's bad enough, that kids are going to these for-profit models, kids, adults of all ages, and I'm sitting in class with people that can't read. All right, that's one thing in the for-profit schools, but when you see that in the public schools too, you realize there's a big problem here. Education has been going downhill for quite some time. A lot of it goes back to the whole Reagan era and all the changing, okay? Then, we had the lottery. The lottery came in, that was going to add so much money to the school, but what has happened is every year money is cut from these public schools. Cut from the public schools, but yet the charter schools, these are businesses. And, although the good ones are good, the bad ones are bad, and they're totally unregulated. The money is all going straight to Wall Street. Okay, not only that, then when the model fails and you're short selling those stocks on the other side, people are making a killing on these things dying too. I mean, where do you think they got the $480 million to pay off Everest and the Corinthian kids anyway? So right now, I'm going to take another quick break. I'm going to introduce you to someone from FAU. As you know, we did an event over there recently, and we're going to do some more things with them. So I'll be right back after these messages.
CPA for the People provides CPA services and business consulting for innovative creators. Collaborative, personal, affordable. We specialize in tax consulting, business consulting, financial statement compilation, and personal finance. For more information, please go to www.cpaforthepeople.com or call at area code 630-244-7893. Youthful Savings creates and delivers innovative financial education products through a virtuous approach in order to disrupt the cycle of poverty. We provide affordable college planning solutions through our Financial Freedom web application and program, youth financial education and entrepreneurship training through our My Own Business Challenge curriculum and program, and group youth programs that teach entrepreneurship and financial education. 10 cents of every dollar earned is reinvested into the communities saved through the Youth College Scholarships. For more information, please go to www.youthfulsavings.com. Email at info@youthfulsavings.com or call 646-504-7164. You're listening to We Are the People with social justice advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, exposing the faults in our current day society with industries that directly influence student loans. Join the conversation by calling into the studio at 888-565-1470 or join the chat room at wearethepeople.tv. Again, to call in, the number is 888-565-1470 and let us hear your voice. Now, back to our show.
So welcome back, and I have with us Corey Mitchell. He used to be part of the student media at FAU. And tell us a little bit more about that. You did all kinds of things.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on your show today, Tracy. I was listening to during before the first commercial break, and you're talking about student loans, and that definitely hit home with me. But before I start rambling on, I am the former station manager for FAU Owl Radio. That's the student-run radio station that you can find on the Boca Raton campus at FAU. And from there, I began to work in corporate radio. I dabbled here and there, and now I'm here, WNN 1470, sitting next to the great Tracy Marks.
Oh, wow. I like you, Corey Mitchell. You are awesome. You make me sound so good. So, student loans, yeah. You're graduating soon, aren't you?
Yes, May 1st is my graduation date.
Congratulations.
If everybody in the Boca Raton community wants to have a support gathering for me, it's at 5 p.m. Friday, May 1st. I appreciate everybody if you come with posters, signs, blowhorns. Let's make it a festivity out there.
I'll have to work on that one for you. May 1st, huh? So what degree did you get?
Right now, I have a bachelor's in communication studies and a certificate in women's studies. Usually people have a minor in women's studies, but the way the program is set up at FAU, it's not a minor. It's a actual certificate that I received that goes along with my bachelor's degree.
Oh, and what is women's studies?
You know what? I have the certificate and I don't know. My honest to God opinion, I believe it's just courses that were generated to better understand the oppression of women and how women are portrayed from third world countries to media outlets to here in America.
Oh, interesting.
And all of that was just summarized into one curriculum. And hey, I had the certificate.
Okay, and that certificate, well, I guess for communication, that's a good, women are speaking up a lot more these days. You have
yes,
to communicate.
And they are
with them.
half of the people I communicate with by default. So it'd be better for me to understand them and understand them from a psychological standpoint so I can make the best decisions.
Oh, yeah, that would really help. That whole two-planet thing, I kind of agree with that sometimes, So anything you can do to help yourself along there is a good thing.
Well, one thing we both agree on is I have a lot of student loan debt from FAU.
Yeah, well, we only have 2 minutes. So now, did you take out private or federal?
I did federal loans. For me to attend FAU, it was a combination of federal loans and the Bright Future Scholarship.
Oh, good for you.
And I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with the news, but year after year, the Bright Futures funding has been decreasing.
Smaller and smaller, just like the Pell.
And my tuition has been raising every year.
Oh, absolutely, for all kinds of things. And they built those nice apartments over there at FAU too, didn't they?
Off of our money.
Yes, absolutely.
So as you can imagine, I had to take out more loans year after year.
Yeah. So now, Corey, you're going to be on a show right after this, right? We're going to be starting the show at 7:30 for you.
In approximately 2 minutes.
Approximately 2 minutes. So Corey and I are going to continue this conversation on his show. We're going to switch seats. Well, he likes that show, but this is actually his seat on his show. But anyway.
You know what? You can keep that seat occupied because you had such a momentum starting off at 7 o'clock. I want to ride your wave to finish off the hour.
Ah, you're very sweet. Okay, so are we going to break in between shows and come back and talk about that student loan debt?
It sounds like a plan.
And your show and what you want to plan to do with that.
FAU Today comes on at the bottom of the hour. Make sure you stay tuned on WNN 1470 and on amp2.tv.
Thank you, Corey.
Little Joe never once
You have been listening to We Are the People with social advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estamba, who every week bring to the light the needs and changes in our current system. Tune in every Monday night at 7 p.m. on wearethepeople.tv and participate in the conversation in the chat room or call 888-565-1470. Tune in next Monday for more information and facts. And Tracy and Jorge remind you to stay aware of your surroundings and challenges at all times.